Yep, it's plain. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Y'all know that I appreciate you giving me a portion of your day. Today we're going to take a plain file folder and we're going to turn it into something really sweet and really dress it up. I get the comments a lot. I don't have decorative file folders. I only have plain ones. Well, now's the time to grab those plain file folders because it's your day. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to give you a closer look at what we're making. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's a closer look at what we're going to need for today. I have a plain file folder. It's just one of those types that you would find in an office. This one is designed to hold 8.5 by 11-inch documents. Then I have a sticker sheet and I have a cut-apart sheet along with 2 pieces of decorative 12 by 12. You can go with any weight on this that you want because we're going to be placing it on top of this file folder. So please don't think that you have to have a heavy weight or a medium weight. You can go with your text weight papers, which is your lighter weight papers, and they will work for this project as well. But here is what we're going to do with this beautiful set here. We are going to take it and turn it into this really gorgeous large folio. When finished, it measures 5 by 9, and we have a little front flap here. We open that, and I've simply decorated here on the side, but when you open it on the inside, you can see that we have a lot of Christmas magic goodness. Look at how gorgeous these colors work together. And they work well together because they're all from the same collection. So I used a paper pack, grabbed a few papers out of that pack, and this is what I was able to put together. So what we have here on both sides, we are going to alter the file folder just a little bit, and this will give us 3 individual pockets or slots that we can slide in our cut-aparts, our messages, and even gift cards and cash. And what I have here is a little note card that I created so that when I give this to someone, I can write a note on this and put it on the inside. But you can see that we have all of these tucking pockets that we can use to put in this and that and really pack it full. Y'all, one file folder and just a few pieces of paper, and this is what we're going to have. So I am going to show you right now how easy it is to alter a file folder. So let's grab the file folder and your scoreboard, and we are going to put it in, and let's just trim because we want to remove this. We're not going to remove the tab cut here, but we want to remove that top tab cut. So that's the first thing that I did, and you can see that I still have the tab cut this way. So now let's take it, let's place it in our scoreboard on the long side, and my long side is almost 11 5/8 of an inch. We're going to take this and we're going to score it at 2 and at 7. So on the long side with it folded, we scored at 2 and we scored at 7. So now we're going to take this and let's open it so that our tab cut is on this side. And right now it's positioned at 8 3/4. So I'm going to be scoring backwards, and I will give you those scores. So on the side where you have that tab cut still remaining, let's go ahead and score at 6 3/4, at 5 1/2, at 4 1/2, and at 2 1/4. So here's what I did. I opened that file folder. My fold mark is at 8 3/4. I backtracked on my scores and I scored at 6 3/4, then at 5 1/2, then at 3 1/2, then at 2 1/4. So I am going to zoom in for this part, And here we have all of those scores, and we also have a side panel here that we need to get rid of. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to take my finger blade and just remove this piece here that's on the same side as all of those score marks that I made. Now feel free to place this in your trimmer if you don't feel comfortable in cutting it out the way that I just did. So now you're going to have a piece that looks like this. We remove this, we're not going to need it. We can take this piece and let's just go ahead and fold and burnish at this point, and I'll show you how we need to burnish those mini scores that we made. But first we're just going to take it and we're going to fold and burnish these scores. All right, so we have this folded and burnished. So now we're going to take it, and starting at the bottom, let's just fold like this and then fold in the opposite direction and just keep folding in the opposite direction. And then when you're finished, it'll look like this. You'll be able to take it and just fold it like this. So again, what we're folding are all of those scores that we just made. So we're going to take that first one and fold it this way. And then we just start folding in the opposite direction on all of them. And now we'll just go back and do a very nice crease. And I'm going to do that crease on both sides because I want it to be nice and tight and crisp. And so you are going to have some bulk because we are folding over papers, and that is going to give you a little bulk. You can relieve some of that bulk by opening this and trimming this just a little bit, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I am not going to trim away a whole lot. I am just going to take my ruler, place it in, and then trim just a little bit, because what I'm doing is trying to give this just a little bit of relief so that folding over is easier. We're not going to be doing any cutting here, so you will be dealing with just a little bit of bulk. And when you fold over, if you happen to notice that you have some hanging over like that, go ahead and just trim away a little bit. For right now, I'm just going to leave it. So this is what we have. So let's go ahead and cut out the insert pieces for this. And for the insert, I have decided that I want my insert to be this page. And this is 9 inches, so I'm going to reduce this to 8 3/4. So I'm going to cut this out at 8 3/4. And then this piece is 4 5/8. And this piece is 5. So we are going to cut out 2 pieces. One piece that is 4 3/8 because we're going to reduce by 1/4 of an inch on both. And then one piece that is 4 3/4. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut out this piece. And this is 2 by 9. So I'm going to trim it to 1 3/4. And it's already been trimmed to 8 3/4. So now we have these pieces that will go on here. Then I'm going to take this piece and do the same thing, because the front will mirror the outside in terms of sizing. So let's go ahead and let's cut this down to 8 3/4. Let's cut out a piece that is 4 3/8. Then let's cut a piece that is 4 3/4. And then I want to see if I can get away with just using my scraps for the cut pieces here on the inside. All right, y'all, so here's what I have. I have 2 pieces that are 1 5/8 by 4 3/8. I have 2 pieces that are 1 5/8 by 4 3/4. And then I have a piece that is 1 3/4 by 4 3/8, and a piece that is 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front and make the front mirror the back like that. And then I'm going to take these pieces and just let them be the breakup pieces here on the inside. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And so now what I want to do is I want this side to sort of mirror this side. So I'm going to take my finger blade and I'm just going to cut that at an angle because I really don't want to try to do the rounding. And then I'm just going to angle this and cut across here. Now this is just me doing this. You don't have to do this. You can leave your tabs exactly as they are. But now I have these tabs, and when I get to these pieces, I'm going to need to make an adjustment to them. And so first what I want to do is I want to go ahead and place down my pieces. So let's start with the inside back pieces. We're going to take these, put them in like this. So I am just going to put this down using my snail tape runner. Now you can use your tear tape for this. You can use glue for this. I am just using my snail tape runner because it's quick and it will hold this in place. So I'm going to take this piece and I really want to try to match the sides. Trying to keep that border nice and even. Let's do this part. We're going to take this one and let's go ahead and put it in like this. And then we'll take this piece and we'll put it right here. So you can really see how easy it is to do this. And for those of you with those plain file folders, you can also see how easy it is to take a plain file folder and just alter it and turn it into what you need for it to be. Now I'm going to flip this way and we're going to take these pieces and we're going to put them down on the front. So I am just going to take my tape. Okay, so the tape runner that I was using is junk, for lack of a better term. So I am putting down my tear tape. The adhesion on the tape runner, very good. The quality of getting that tape to come out of the tape runner, crap, absolute crap. And it just frustrates me to no end that out of the 12 that came in the box, there wasn't a single one that I was able to use 100%. It either ripped or the tape went off track and I couldn't fix it. But either way, I will not be buying this brand of tape runner again, and I certainly cannot recommend that to anyone. Now, you might have had better luck with it, but I can tell you that I have used quite a few of these, not just from that one box of 12, because when I ordered them, I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get several boxes because they look like a good deal and they look like a brand that I was using before. Let me tell you, they are absolute junk. And this is based on my experience. So if your experience is different, please don't come for me in the comments. I'm just sharing my experience. So now I'm using my tape. And I use scrappy tape, and I have never been disappointed in either my scrappy tape or my reptile glue. Those are two adhesives that I can always count on to deliver for me. So I'm going to peel away my tape backers, and y'all, I hate to be a complainer, but it really is frustrating. Let's peel away these backers. This is my smaller sheet. No, this is the larger sheet, Sherry. So I'm going to take it and put it down just like we did on the inside. Let's go ahead and remove the backers from this one. And I am going to take this and we're going to put it down like this. Now, if you want to distress this with some distress ink, you certainly can. I am just going to leave mine as is, but you can see how this is starting to shape up. Very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and add some tape to these little pieces here, y'all, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back, and I have added tape to the back of my pieces. So I'm going to take the piece that measures 1 3/4 by 4 1/2 and place it there. Then I'm going to take the piece that measures 1 3/4 by 4 3/8 and we're going to place it right here. I can see that I got my placement a little bit crooked there. Not even going to worry about it. Then I'm going to take my piece that measures 1 5/8 by 4 3/8, place it there. We're going to take this piece that measures 1 5/8 by 4 1/2 and we're going to place it right here. Now I have these two pieces that we need to place here at the top, but we have these little tabs here. And here's how I'm going to do it, y'all. I am not going to do anything over the top special. I am just placing it right there. I'm going to take my scissors and just make a little snip. Then I'll cut in and I'll cut down but I want it to notch out so that this piece will fall below that piece. And I see that I can actually notch this just a little bit more. So this is how I'm doing it. I'm not doing any measuring. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. We will put that there, and I'm okay with how that looks. So I am going to peel away my little tape backer, and I'm going to take this piece and let's just put it right there. And then we'll do the same thing with this piece. We're going to take it, put it in like this. I'm just going to turn it over so that I can get a snip going. Nothing about what I'm doing is perfect, and that's okay. So now I'm just going to take this and cut across. Now I can take it, we can put it in and see what kind of fit we have. And I am okay with the fit, except I have a little rough place here, so I'm going to trim that away. Now let's take it, put it in, and I think that that's okay. So I am going to peel away my tape backers, and y'all see how this isn't perfect. I am not going for perfection anytime that I craft. I am simply trying to give it my best. So now we have our pieces like this, and I am okay with the front not matching these two because I was able to use my scraps and not cut another piece of 12 by 12, which was my goal. I didn't want to cut another piece of 12 by 12 because I think that that would just be a waste. So now I'm going to bring in my glue, and I am going to take my glue, and we're going to add glue to these pieces right here. And I'll do the same thing over here, adding that glue and adding some glue right there. And we're going to take these and get them stuck to each other. So that's the first stick that we want to make. We want to make sure that we have these little pockets stuck to each other. So I'm just burnishing that glue to get it stuck. And if you see that it's not sticking, just go ahead and add a little more glue because I don't think I put that much glue on this particular one. So I am just burnishing. We're going to get that stuck. Now I'm going to open it, and I'm going to take my glue, and I'm just going to run a thin bead of glue over here and over here. You want to make sure you have enough so that it will stay stuck and you can put your items in without having to worry about them coming out. And I'm just going to burnish this to get it stuck on the file folder. That's what we're working with, y'all. We took one plain file folder and we added some pretty paper to it. And now we have this and we're about to dress it up even more. So I am going to just start working on the inside and doing just a little bit of decoration to it. I like the word Christmas, but it's not one single sticker, so that's troubling to me. Take this one that says Holly Jolly, and we're going to put it right there. This sticker sheet does not have a whole lot of greenery on it, which is something I normally really like to work with. So I'm going to take my little deer here, and we're going to have him tucked in behind there. And I'm going to take this one. We're going to put it right there. And then I like this, so I think I'm going to put it right here on the front. And I like how that's turning out. And we're going to take this one that says Christmas, and we're going to put it right here. So you see, you don't have to use like for like on both sides. You can mix and match as much as you like, which is exactly what I'm doing here. And I'm going to take a little sticker and put "'Tis the Season" right there, and "Happy Holidays" right here on my little tabs. I'm just adding all types of goodies to this. We don't have to do the whole thing. I wish I had more greenery so that I could really pop this up with some greenery, but I don't. So I think I'm going to take my Christmas tree and let's see if I can tuck it. Let's see if I can move my deer up without it losing its stick. And then I'm going to take this, put it there, and let's see if we can just sort of layer that. Ooh, I like it. I like how that looks. Now, I really do want to use the word Christmas on this end, but I just don't think. Should I do it this way? I don't think I'm going to be able to get all of this down nice and even. So you know what? To play it safe, I'm not going to go for even. I'm just going to offset these in different ways. So I know that I am not going to ever get these even. So I'm not going to try because it would frustrate me. So I am just going to take these and do it like this. And then I'm just going to burnish this in so that it will stay in place. I don't know how well you can see that, but I think that it looks pretty cute. I wish the letters had been white, but they're not. So we go with what we have, right? So now we have this done. We can fold over, we can fold over. And now we need to do the front. So I changed my mind on the front. I think I want to use this piece. So I'm going to go with the piece that is 1 3/4 by 8 3/4. I was going to stack something on this, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it as is. So now let's just add some tape to the back, and then we'll be able to put this down. And then our beautiful altered file folder is almost done. And I like the more rustic look of this one as representation of what we can do for masculine Christmas gift giving. We can definitely send something like this or give something like this to a man because it's very rustic and it doesn't have that feminine flair that might have come from this one with all of that floral going on. So just know that you can make these for him or for her. And y'all, I love how this is turning out. We are going to go ahead and take that cut apart page and we're going to cut out just a few cut aparts to put in here so that you can see how we're able to use our sheets of cut aparts in our project. And the purpose of the cut aparts in this particular project is really just to convey a message. And your cut aparts can be just decorative elements, but you can also use them to convey a whole bunch of different messages. Like this one says Season's Greetings. This one says Season of Giving. We can take that and we can use it by itself as a message card. It's completely up to you. And I've decided that I want to use this one on the front. So I am going to use some of this as a backer. So this is 3 by 4. I'm going to cut my first piece at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is just giving me a backer like that. But then I want to pop it up with some white. So I'm going to cut this at 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Then I'll layer these 3 pieces. And we'll use this not only as a decorative front, but as the cover. Again, I'm just going to take some tape up real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so I have removed the tape backers from these, and I'm just going to go ahead and start my layering process by taking this one and placing it down on the white mat. Then I'll take this one and place it down on the red mat. Then I'll bring in my sweet little altered file folder, and we're going to take this and put it on top like that. But this time I think I'm just going to take it and put it this way. So I am just going to use some glue, and we're going to add some glue to the back. Now I can fold this over. We can take this piece. We can put it right here. And then to close everything, I am going to be using Velcro. So if you don't like the sound of Velcro, which a lot of you tell me you don't, go ahead, turn down that volume because I am going to be using Velcro. So I'm going to take this piece, put it right in there, get that nice and stuck, peel away the backer, and we fold over. Now I'm going to open it, make sure that Velcro is nice and secure, and we can close it. So now we have another beautiful altered file folder. We can take our cut apart messages and we can just tuck them in. And y'all remember, this is also a great way to give cash or gift cards. It is okay to give those things at Christmas time or for birthdays. Sometimes that's what people prefer, that they can take it, put it towards the bill if they want, or they can take it and buy something they've been wanting to buy but haven't had the money to buy it. So don't feel guilty about giving cash or a gift card. Trust me when I say this, it is very much appreciated when you do it. So here is our altered file folder. We have our pockets that we can just tuck all types of goodies into. We can create a regular size card and place it in here as well because this is big enough to hold that. We can mail it. I would place it in another envelope to mail it, but you can definitely mail it. It's going to require some additional postage because it's a little bit heavier than the norm because we have all of this goodness tucked inside. I absolutely love what we're able to do with the simplest of items. Y'all, we took a file folder. We took 2 pieces of 12 by 12, a cut apart sheet, and a few stickers, and this is what we were able to make. This isn't anything that you're going to find in the store. This truly is one of those one-of-a-kind items that you can give to someone. So I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick, simple, inexpensive way that we can take a plain file folder, plain, y'all. This is what it started out as, and we can turn it into something like this. Does not look like this anymore, and now it serves a different purpose. It's still a file folder, but we've altered it and turned it into what we want it to be. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, and this is how we do it, and I would love to have you subscribe, so hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful, crafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.